China, the totalitarian communist country known for its strict censorship and control over many aspects of daily life, may actually be a great place to raise your kids. At least that's what one American fashion designer is claiming. Heather Kaye is praising the authoritarian regime for their role in, quote, co-parenting her children, and is calling for the United States to take notes. Kaye moved to Shanghai in 2006 and enrolled her two daughters in local school there. In an opinion piece she penned for the New York Times titled, "China helped raise my American kids and they turned out fine," Kaye celebrates her girls' time in the communist schools and is applauding their authoritarian approach to just about everything, from their lectures on the amount of sleep her kids should get to what they should eat and even how much they should weigh. So I'm going to add to this because she also said this: raising kids in China was a plus in other ways, such as the heavy censorship, which results in a kid-friendly internet and national limits on how many hours young people can spend playing online video games. Brian, I'm coming to you first as a parent on this, because what it sounds like to me is that she doesn't have control over her kids.
Right.
She can't set the rules in her house and have them do the right thing. And so she's asking the government to do that for her. Many parents in this country would disagree.
Yeah, I can't parent. I don't want to make the hard decisions. I don't want to lay down the law. So let's bring in the communist regime to do this instead. No, no, no. Take back your family. If you want your kids to eat well, you can handle that. The government doesn't need to do that. You want your kids to exercise? You handle that. You want your kids to be exposed to good things? You handle that. I don't get these parents who are like craving authoritarianism. You're a parent. It's a good thing to do. But in a country like ours that I think is losing that freedom to be a parent, you know, a lot of parents complain about the education system because it boxes them out. Don't ask for more of being boxed out of your kid's life. Get in there. I don't understand this, but it scares me because I believe she's not the only one in this country who has that kind of desire for somebody to control what she's doing as a parent.
Here's the flip side of this, and I can see it from both perspectives. And Emily, I want to ask you about this, because some parents would say, you know, get in there, be more active. And parents would say, well, I do that in my household. But when I send my children into the communities and I send them to school, I can't control everything. I can't police everything. The communities are no longer strong. They're not supporting kids and bringing them up the right way, you know, their role in it, if you will. Instead, the communities have become areas where kids go and they become woke.
Right, well, that's a product of the union-heavy and the union stronghold on America's public education system, including a White House that works in tandem to do everything but have your kids have individual freedoms or support the parents in having autonomy over it, including the Virginia School Board that literally changed the Constitution that changed it so that the school board has more power over the children's education than the parents do. To me, she's not craving authoritarianism, she's craving discipline.
Right.
And yeah, why don't you try working on that yourself?
She's confused the two. She's
Right.
confused discipline, which she can do as a parent, with authoritarianism, which only a government can do, and that comes with a lot of other things that none of us should want.
Which is why I felt, first of all, yet again, the New York Times gives space to such a horrible point of view. Why don't they give that space to a Uyghur mom who talks about her children and the injustices and deaths and forced abortion and forced rape and the like that they are facing? How about native-born Chinese who talk about the repressive regime? This woman glossed over, similar to like the little line in between on a tombstone, how that represents a whole lifetime. She glossed over, I believe she called it sexual preferences or gender preferences under the China's CCP's former policy that led to the extermination of female fetuses. That is something that she simply reduced to those two words. So I think that this is a horrible display of oxygen to this point of view.
I'm going to read another one of her quotes. She says, ironically, the tight control of the Communist Party's surveillance state results in its own kind of freedom. With crime and personal safety concerns virtually eliminated, our daughters were riding the subway unsupervised in a city of around 26 million people from the age of 11. A constant but benign and mostly unarmed police presence kept order. Streets and the green spaces around every corner were kept immaculate, and the sense of civic pride was palpable. Tommy, your thoughts on this? Because we were just talking a little bit about crime and how things have gotten out of control here. I'm not saying that I advocate for a police state, but we're definitely making some mistakes too.
What she likes is law and order. She likes parenting and she likes law and order. She just doesn't want to have to be the one that does it. And let me guess, she also wants to be someone that's a liberal and loves everybody and wants everyone to let their freak flag fly when she's in the U.S. But she wants the Communist Party to parent her children and to keep them safe. So she's very confused here. But I will say this, going back to what can Americans do? Because at the end of the day, this article is going to come and go. What can American parents do? Well, here's this. Your local school boards matter. Nobody wants to get involved. Not only do people not want to get involved in their own children's life, maybe they do, but nobody wants to raise their hand and say, I can make a difference. Everything starts at the local level. Everything starts at the local level. Run for your school board, or if not, go to the school board meetings and speak up, because there are a wave of parents that feel this way. We saw it in Virginia. This is a winning issue, not just for Republicans and conservatives, but for parents. Get out there and do something. Don't whine about it. Step up to the plate and be the difference. It starts at the local level.
Cheryl, I want to get your take on it, because China certainly is trying to eat our lunch, right? When it comes, they want to be the world's #1 superpower, and so they are strategically trying to plot and plan. Controlling their people is one way that they can, help achieve their goal.
Sure.
We experienced some of that government control during the pandemic, and a lot of people didn't like it. And now you've got moms like this saying we should take it up a notch.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, many American families, in particular, parents, found that they were locked into their homes. Brian remembers this, of course, with your kids. But you had to teach your kids. Now, you're a teacher, that's one thing. But a lot of parents, they realize that it's a very difficult thing to raise their children. But they also realized, in a good way, what was happening in the schools in this country. Now, what's happening in China, to your point, you're right. They've got a whole China first policy. They want to be the dominant players in this country, and there's so many frightening things happening in China. The fact that the New York Times put this in there just scares me to no end, because believe me, China wants to overtake our country, and that's why they are militarizing their kids.
And the propaganda is tyranny's better than self-governance.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, this parent is asking for tyranny when what she really needs and her kids need is self-governance.
Their subways are safe because people are afraid to be shot if they
that's
if
also
they go
a good
against the
point.
Chinese.
And she called them benign, and we watch them beating people. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.